The road at night feels endless. Just you, your headlights, and the unknown stretching into darkness. But sometimes those empty highways hide something else. Strange figures, mysterious vehicles, and dangers that don't wait until morning. Tonight we dive into 3 true night drive horror stories that will make you think twice before your next late night trip. So buckle up, check your mirrors, and let's hit the road. Story 1. The Blinking Light in the Fog. It was just past 1 a.m. The bar had finally closed, and he was eager to get home. The night was thick with fog, rolling across the deserted highway like waves of smoke. His headlights carved narrow tunnels through the mist, revealing nothing but empty pavement. Then he saw it. Up ahead, a flashing red light blinked steadily in the fog. At first, he thought it was a broken traffic signal, maybe a warning flare. But as he slowed, he realized the light hovered in the air. Too high to be a car, too low to be a tower. He stopped in the middle of the road, squinting into the mist. That's when his car sputtered. The headlights dimmed, the engine coughed, and the dashboard flickered before everything went dark. Heart pounding, he pulled out his phone to call for help, but the screen refused to turn on. Dead. Silence swallowed him. The fog thickened, and in the distance the red light blinked closer now, pulsing like a heartbeat. He sat frozen, gripping the wheel, whispering to himself that it was just a trick of the weather. Then, as suddenly as it appeared, the light vanished. The car roared back to life. His phone buzzed on. The headlights burned brighter. The fog thinned, and the road ahead was empty. To this day, he doesn't know what he saw. A malfunction, a hallucination, or something else. Something that drained the very life from his car and phone before letting him go. Story 2. The SUV in the desert. For long-haul truckers, the road can blur together miles of nothing. Radio static, endless blacktop. He was hauling a late-night load through the desert, headlights stretching across flat, empty land. That's when he noticed it. And SUV had been tailing him for miles, its headlights fixed in his mirrors. No matter how fast he went, it stayed close. Too close. He pulled into a desert rest stop, gravel crunching under his tires. The SUV followed, parking a few spaces away. Its engine idled, headlights cutting through the darkness. Uneasy, he stepped out to stretch, pretending not to notice. The SUV sat silent. No one moved. Finally, he climbed back into the cab, locked the doors, and pulled the curtains. Sleep came fitfully. Hours later, a sound woke him. Metal creaking, movement at the trailer. Peering out, he saw figures, 2 men at the back of his truck, tools in hand trying to break the lock. Adrenaline surged. He slammed the horn, flooding the night with sound. The figures froze, then bolted. The SUV's engine roared, tires spitting gravel as it tore back onto the highway. The lock was mangled but held. His cargo was safe, but the message was clear. Whoever followed him wasn't just curious. They wanted what he carried and maybe more. The desert was empty again, but the image of those figures prying at his truck still follows him every time he pulls into a lonely rest stop. Story 3. The Cart in the Road. He shouldn't have been driving that night. It was late, the highway empty, and his joyride reckless. Music thumped. Windows down. The thrill of speed keeping him awake. Then his headlights caught something strange. A shopping cart, sitting dead center in the road. He swerved, tires screaming as the car fishtailed onto the shoulder. Heart pounding, he cursed, climbing out to shove the cart aside. That's when he heard it, rustling from the fields. Soft at first, then louder footsteps. From the shadows of the farmland, figures emerged. 3, maybe 4. Their clothes torn, faces smeared with something dark. Their movements were jerky, unsteady, but their eyes locked onto him with chilling focus. One of them let out a sound half-laugh, half-growl that made his blood run cold. He bolted back to the car. As he fumbled with the door, the first figure lunged, hands clawing at his jacket. He shoved hard, breaking free, and slammed the door shut. The engine roared, tires screamed, and the figures pounded on the windows as he sped away. In the rearview mirror, he saw them standing in the road, watching, the cart still sitting in the center like bait. He never drove that stretch of road again, and to this day he wonders what would have happened if he had been slower, if he hadn't escaped in time. The road at night feels empty, But as these stories remind us, it's never truly safe. Whether it's strange lights, vehicles that follow too close, or traps set in the dark, danger hides where you least expect it. If these tales sent shivers down your spine, hit like to let me know. Share your own creepy late-night driving stories in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to the Rewind Vault for more true horror every week. Because the next time you hit the road after dark, you may not be driving alone.